Hey stylish mamas, how do you feel being pregnant? Now, this is my second pregnancy, and this time around, everything just feels slightly different. I mean, it's very interesting being pregnant while having a toddler. I mean, that, for one, is a game changer. I think talking to friends lately, we've been using Marco Polo to talk, and it's been really great and so convenient for moms. So if you are looking for an app that works so well, use Marco Polo to talk to your friends, because truthfully, I think it is a game changer being a mom to be able to have the interaction you do when you have a newborn or a child to take care of during the day. It's a game changer to have that interaction with other moms. So Marco Polo is something that I've been using, and this is not endorsed, but I ended up talking to a mom, one of my friends, who has a newborn. Now, being a mom is kind of funny because before you actually become a mom, you feel like you could take on everything. I could take on the world, I could take on this, I can take on that, and I should be able to keep on with my same life and the same lifestyle. You know, it doesn't really work that way. And I think we want to be like super mom and be able to do it all, but I really do think it comes down to what's most important. So my friend was talking about how she agreed to do all these things before she had her kid, and she had her kid and realized that everything she was doing, it was exhausting her, and it was just adding more to her life than she really needed at the time because she had a newborn. And in reality, for those first months, it's just like, just stay with your newborn, stay around the home, stay, yes, go out and do what you need to do, but also just be very mindful about what are the things you choose to take on. She ended up taking on, I had to talk her through it because it's just kind of crazy. She told her friend, who was also pregnant, by the way, that she would come over to their house for dinner, but she would make them dinner, and they're vegan. So it was a completely different situation. They're vegan, she's not. So she had to make vegan dishes, and she was going to come to them and give them a meal, which I think is the sweetest thing ever. However, you have a newborn, and you're tired, and newborn's tired, and you're breastfeeding every hour and a half, 2 hours. And I think that she didn't really realize the toll it might take on her while making these plans. We don't think about this. We just think, okay, we'll do this, we'll help, And she ended up agreeing to this. And she's like, I still have to run to the store and I have to buy all these ingredients to make this vegan meal and these dishes that I don't know how to make. And I talked to her and I said, hey, why are you going to go through all that? Can you just, why would your even friend, knowing that you have a newborn, say, hey, come to our house and bring us dinner? Why are they not saying, hey, we'll come to you and bring you dinner? Now, you're the one who's having the newborn, right? I mean, you're the one who just gave birth and who's going through this huge life change. And I said, I don't understand why you're going to have to do that for them and they're not offering to do it for you, considering you do have a newborn. She said, I totally agree. I don't know, but I kind of already agreed to it. Granted, in a few hours before this dinner, she had to take her son in to get his vaccinations. And I told her, hey, Britt, just let me tell you this. I know that you should probably keep your son, your child, indoors after giving them these vaccinations. You don't know how he's going to react. He might want comfort, so he might just want to suck on you all night. I mean, in reality, he might be crying, he might be super fussy, he might pass out. And whatever it is, you just don't know your child yet because you've never had to give him these vaccinations. I said, I really think, and she was already exhausted. She had been up a lot the night before feeding back and forth, and it's like she was exhausted. I said, and you're tired. Her milk started to deplete too. So she had a lot of factors against her at the moment. I said, if these are friends that are friends, tell them your situation. She's pregnant. I hope she'd understand to a point. Hey, this is a situation. Jude is about to have his vaccinations. I really should keep him home because I don't know how he's going to react or respond. And I really just want to be there for him. He's your main priority now. And the fact that she had to make the food and still bring it all over and still go to the store and buy it all, I think is a huge deal as well. I think in general, we are definitely strong and we can handle and take on a multitude of things at one time. And that doesn't mean it's always good. And like she had told me, like her milk started to deplete. Well, your milk's starting to deplete because you're tired, you're taking on too much. She's like, the next day I'm helping my grandmother garden. I'm like, you're helping her garden? I mean, you kind of be a little more mindful about what you're agreeing to. Especially when you don't know yet the routine of how your life is about to change. Things completely change. I think it's hard to understand and grasp the full concept of it until you actually experience it yourself. I know a lot of new moms that thought that things, me definitely included, things would pretty much be the same. Yeah, there's going to be some changes and things are going to happen. I just remember I was getting gels. I was getting my nails done. And I got them off, I think, right before I had him. Or maybe that was my last set. And I even had like a facial before I had him. And I told my esthetician, like, hey, I don't know how this is going to change my life fully. I know it is going to. So I'm not even making more appointments. I used to be a member and I was like, I can't be a member right now because I just don't know what's going to happen. And she was like, that's fine. You just let me know when you're ready, start back up. I went back to her so far once in 2 years. It's insane. My nails have gels. Are you crazy? No, I probably have had gels. Actually, I don't think since my son's been born I have done gels. So 2 years. And I used to go regularly. It's like priorities change, things shift. And everything that used to be a constant and things that used to be regular routine end up getting changed because you have all your focus and all your energy raising this child. And I'm not saying you can't take care of yourself and pamper yourself. You definitely can. But I've realized it definitely takes a backseat to everything because you are engrossed in this little human who you are trying to mold and create to be the best version of them. The time invested in them is super important. And, as much as I love getting, my nails done or a facial or massages, but granted, by the way, right now I am getting massages because my body is needing it with a toddler and being pregnant. I think it comes to a point where you're like, you forget about you and you forget about you time, and that's completely normal. I don't think every mom has ever not gone through that because you are so wrapped up in your kid. I started a mom's group or being involved in one this year. And I unfortunately have only been able to go to 3 groups. Terrible, terrible. But they only have them about every other week. And it's really hard. It's really hard to be able to get that time away. And you think, how can you not get time away to do it? Well, things happen. Things come up. Your husband doesn't feel good, or he needs to work, or, something, your kid is, whatever the case may be, you might not be able to do the things you really want to do. And that has happened many times. And it's so important, though, to have those girlfriends and to have that time and to be able to make sure that you are taking care of you the best you can, and whatever that means to you. If it's working out, which I have been doing this time around, which has been super helpful and great, or if it's just meeting your friend for coffee, even if it is late at night after your kid goes to bed, whatever it is, I think you need to stick by it and try it, because I think that is like the most important thing you could do for yourself, is to have you time, and is to kind of keep in the mindset that you're still you. You don't go away just because you be a mom. Things shift, and yes, a lot gets put on you. And I think, your new title as mom is a huge deal. And I think that that's kind of consuming in your mind, because it is a completely new job title. You are a mother. It's different. So I just want to encourage you to, when they're first born, don't give too much of yourself to people. Don't. Just focus on the baby, because you need to have your energy for that child, or else you do lose your milk production. You can become a little more stressed. It's not really good to be giving too much of yourself, because you do now have a life to take care of. And if you do that, you could deplete that child or your husband or your partner of the attention and energy that they deserve as well. So just make sure you don't commit to too many things. And then also make sure you do have some time for you. And in the beginning, it's hard to have time for you because you're very busy. However, even if it's just like, I'm taking a half-hour bath, I'm putting on a face mask, I am putting on music, I'm lighting a candle and taking a bath. Buy yourself a FabFitFun box. Use the products in there. I'm sure there'd be a face mask or something that's very luxurious and relaxing. Do something like that. Little thing here or there. Oh my gosh. Going to Target and walking around for an hour. I know you breastfeed every hour and a half to 2 hours. I understand that. If you just go out and just walk around leave a bottle with your husband, your partner, go out, take a walk around Target, get yourself a Starbucks, and say, I'll be back in about an hour and a half. Come back in an hour and a half, slightly refreshed, and then being able to take on the continuum of your day. Super important. Just little things here and there truly make a difference in the overall feel of who you are as a person, getting back to who you are as an individual, who you are as a woman, who you are as a mother, but who you are as who you were before you had a child. Because I think that everything else can get wrapped up in being a mother, that you kind of forget who you were. If that makes any sense to moms, I'm sure it does. If you're not a mom yet, you could rewatch this video and go, totally true. I totally get it. And I hope that you all have friends that would come and bring you meals instead of you bringing them meals. Because those friends are actually there for you. And that's very important being a mom, because you need people around you that are going to uplift you and support you, and to be able to rely on, and them to be able to give to you during this time of transition, this time of exhaustion, this time that you literally are going insane because you are so tired and you're literally a cow and you're pumping milk and you are breastfeeding and you are putting them in little baggies and you're like a mad scientist in your kitchen with all these milk bottles and milk baggies. I mean, you seriously feel like you are in a laboratory. It is the most insane thing. I remember 2 a.m., 4 a.m. doing this kind of stuff and just going like, and then if you spill the milk, you will cry because, dude, that stuff is liquid gold. And honestly, if you pump that and it's gone by falling on the floor, by falling in the drain, so uncool. So very uncool, and you will be very, very sad. And it's okay to cry, and it's okay to be upset. It's okay to get frustrated because this is all new. You're not walking it alone. There's a million other women out there feeling the same way as you. A million other moms going through the same thing. Postpartum is a very serious thing. And don't forget, men get postpartum too. So when you think like it's only you, they even say that men can get it too. So look for those signs as well, especially if you're not having it and they're having it. Very big deal. And just know that you do have friends out there that do care a lot about you, and that would probably be cool to talk to you about it, especially other mothers who've already been through it. Because joining a mom's group has really been a big deal. And just hearing other people's stories and going like, wow, I was there once. Or, wow, I'm not there, but I can see me being there. And I'm so glad I heard your story so that now I can just relate moving forward and understanding that this could happen to me. Anyway, that's just a little tidbit I just wanted to share today because I just think it's super important that we as women take care of ourselves, take care of our families the best we can. All right, ladies, I hope you have a great evening, and definitely subscribe and like and comment if you have any comments about any of this topic or know someone who has experienced this or you've experienced this yourself. Please write below and let a girl know. Do you, because you need to do what you need to do. All right? Bye, ladies.